So we're underneath the vehicle, and what I've done is remove the front skid plate as well as the center skid plate that covers the differential. As you can see, there's just 2 bolts, at least when I took mine out, maybe missing hardware. One went here, one went right there. And the first thing we want to do is remove this top fill plug. What you'll need is a 10mm hex. So let's go ahead and put that on there. Let's make sure we can unscrew that. You don't want to drain out all your fluid and then not be able to pump it back in with this bolt being seized or broken. So get your breaker bar on there and pry. So we got that loose, as you can see here. Let's go ahead and remove that. There will also be a washer of some sort, either a crush washer or a gasket. So let's just go ahead and pull that out. That's out of there, it's clean, and the washer came with. Here's the drain bolt, it's also a 10mm. Let's go ahead and get this. Get your drain pan ready. Might need a breaker bar, but let's get this broken loose. Not sure why that's on there so tight, maybe it's a bit rusty. Let's go ahead and remove this. Here she goes. Here we've got our fill plug all cleaned up and nice. We're gonna go ahead and add back this crush washer. And then here's our drain plug. As you can see, it's pretty dirty. We stick our finger on here. I believe this is a magnet, but it's dirty. It's got a hair, bit of sludge, so let's get this cleaned up. Go ahead and just get some paper towels and some brake clean. Clean up all the threads and all that grit just so it doesn't get recycled into the differential. Okay, as you can see, the fill plug is a lot cleaner, and it's a different diameter than the drain plug, so it's impossible to mix them up. So this one has a washer. Let's go ahead and get rid of that old one. Clean off the mating surface so it sits flat and flush. And slide that new one on there. Remove this old crush washer from the fill plug. Got that all cleaned up. This crush washer is side specific. The flat side here that I'm showing to the camera goes against the surface of the bolt, and the puffy side will sit towards the differential. Looks like we've got most of the fluid out. Also, go ahead and take a rag and some cleaner and just clean the surface that this is going to be sitting against, so that way it sits flat, less likely to leak. Okay, we've got our crush washer, and let's go ahead and reinsert that. Start it by hand so you don't cross thread anything. And let's get that snugged up. I'll throw the torque spec on screen. So here I'm going to be running the Redline 7590 gear oil. It's full synthetic and it's GL5 high performance, and also is for hypoid limited slip differentials. So this meets and exceeds all the OEM specifications. Here I simply have a gear oil pump. Basically you stab the bottom end in the bottle and then you just push down, and this fluid will be pumped into the differential. Let's go ahead and fill it up until it starts overflowing. Mine just barely started dripping to the point I wiped off the drip and it didn't drip anymore, so we're at a perfect level here. So go ahead and grab your fill plug, make sure to put your gasket on there. Remember, the flat side touches the bolt, the curved side touches the differential. Start that by hand. Also clean off the mating surface just so it sits evenly. If there's any debris on there, start it by hand just so you don't cross thread anything. And go ahead and grab your 10mm hex, set it to tighten. Let's get that tight. There, that should be good. Let's go ahead and reinstall both skid plates.